Hi, I'm Bob from AV Veterans Talk. This week we are talking to United States Navy veteran Caroline Craft. Hello and welcome back to another edition of AV Veterans Talk here at Aerotech News. I'm really blessed today because our interview person today is somebody I've known for a long time. I knew her and her husband, longtime Antelope Valley resident, Caroline Craft, right? Carol?
Used to be Tensfell.
Tensfell, right.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're down here at Rancho Village, and I'm amazed every time I come down here for an interview and stuff, and a person walks through the door, and it's like, I know you! It's the greatest thing ever. And it sure makes the interviews a lot easier to do when it's somebody that we know and a local. And you and your husband were very involved with a lot of the veteran stuff that went on here in the Antelope Valley. We'll even talk a little bit about that because her husband Tom was very involved with the Pete Knight Veterans Home and making that happen, which we're sure glad he got to see that before
Yes.
Father Time catches up with all of us, type of thing there. So, but you're Caroline. You grew up here in the Antelope Valley.
Yes,
You're
I was born and raised here.
Yeah. So your family, your dad and mom came. What years did they end up here?
My dad came in about 1926.
1926. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then my mother came a couple years later.
Now, were they farmers, or what? Did they come up here? Where'd they come from?
My father and his family came over from Germany
Okay.
to relatives
Okay.
who had property here in
The valley.
the valley,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and developed alfalfa ranch.
Very nice. There was
And
a lot
then-
of German families out here at that time. I guess it was a big thing. So anyway, go ahead.
And then my mother came to help her uncle who lived in Yuma because his wife died, and he had 3 children that were in high school. And when they went off to college, then he got her a job in Anaheim,
Okay.
where my uncle met my mother and told my father, I found a wife for you.
Nice.
So that's how she got
That's
it
how that
here.
stuff worked back in those days, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So-
And so you were born here in the
Yes.
Antelope Valley. Kind of an interesting question. Born, we had a hospital here.
No.
but no,
No.
you were born at the house?
Yes, Dr. Cunningham.
Dr. Cunningham.
He delivered all the babies out there in the
out
east
there.
side.
So it was just something that was done in the house.
Yeah.
Wow, boy, that's just...
And we didn't have telephones either. Dad had to go get the doctor.
Had to go get the doctor when Mom went into labor. Wow. We think back of Murdy Weber and the
Yeah.
what do you call the they had
Midwife.
midwives, yeah. That's the way the children were born here.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a doctor.
Yeah.
But you came to the world, and you had brothers and sisters?
I had a brother who was 8 years younger and a sister who was 11 years younger.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And you all grew up out there on the farm?
Yes.
Yeah, and stuff. Did you work the farm with Dad? And did you...
Some.
Some?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, again, that's a rough life. That's a hard life, but back in those days, it was very lucrative, I guess
Yeah.
you'd say.
Yeah.
But you...
Only a 48-acre ranch you
Yeah.
could live on. but
Right,
Can't anymore.
Yeah, and then you said during the Depression, he lost his farm?
Yes. He had a baler and 4 horses. We came out on the west side and baled straw until we had terrible thunderstorms, and that old baler with its iron wheels kept sinking in the mud. He says, that's enough of that.
Yeah,
We
wow.
went back to the east side, and he was foreman for a year. Had enough money to buy chicken ranch.
Chicken ranch.
And that's where I really grew up.
Yeah, on the chicken ranch there.
Yeah.
And you went to the schools.
I went to Roosevelt,
Roosevelt.
and then for a short time I went to Redman.
Redman School. I know where Roosevelt was. Redman was...
Redman is only the Grange bought it afterwards when,
Okay.
when the school closed,
Right.
and it was out on 90th and E or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's right there. Isn't the structure still there?
Yes.
Even though
The-
there's no roofs or anything on it.
No, because it burnt.
Yeah, exactly.
And the brick walls or rock, whatever,
Right.
is still there.
Yeah, because that little gas station in the Quonset hut is
Yeah.
just down the street from it
Right.
there. So, and then you went to AV High School.
Right. And I went to AV College,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to go to Fresno State,
Mm-hmm.
but they had painted the office at AV,
Mm-hmm.
and several of us, our transcripts didn't get mailed.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got up there to Fresno to go to school,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have any transcripts.
So,
So I went home,
oh,
and I got a letter that said, Mr. Caroline Tensfell,
Mhm.
you have not registered for the draft.
uh-oh.
So I said, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to join the Navy, and I'm going to go for the required time,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to let them send me to school.
Right, there you go.
Well, when I met Thomas, it all changed.
Yeah, I bet it did. So, interesting, because when you register for the draft back in those days, so you went down to Lancaster Boulevard, didn't you? Was
I don't know. I never did.
You never did?
No, I just told them that I was not Mr. Caroline.
Oh, I
was-
see.
I was Miss.
Miss. I get it now. So what you were saying, like they thought you were a man, so
Yeah.
because they weren't really drafting women, right?
No,
it was just
mm-mm,
strictly
just
men.
the men.
Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
very important point there. So, all right, let's
Yeah.
we'll take a first break here. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that early military time there. Okay, so we'll be right back here with Caroline. Thank you for tuning into this segment of AV Veterans Talk here at Aerotech News.